Video. For long-term recommendations, as mentioned in the second video, we've come up with a few that we want to implement. This will most likely be after I leave this base. I'm leaving in June 27th. But for long-term goals, we want to develop an auto script feature on the H drive, the drive that we cleared 6 terabytes out of 20 for, that automatically every month will go out and search for this stagnant data that has not been moved around much, has not been accessed within 90 days, or those users that are no longer on base. This will obviously be tested first for just a couple of pieces of data, and then it will be implemented across base. There are approximately 8,500 workstations across base, so launching something to that effect will require at least a 10% role, the 10% test group that we want to use in order to make sure that this is functioning properly. Another course of action long term is that we want to remove the program managed systems off of the AFNet and possibly put them onto a standalone network. This will allow us to automatically reduce any vulnerabilities that are on those systems. It will not belong to the network. It'll be completely up to them to manage and control their own network. If they need any data transfer between their network and the Air Force network, they'll use what we call the sneaker net, which is they'll put their data on a CD or a DVD, make sure it's secure, and do the proper transportation methods, and then input it into a Air Force approved workstation. This allows us to, as I said, completely cut out any vulnerabilities that are present in those systems and not affect our score whatsoever. When it comes to the CCRI time, the Command Cyber Readiness Inspection that happens every 2 years, we should notice a serious increase in our score, well above 85%. And that's the goal for setting up their own standalone network. Obviously, that will take a considerable amount of time and resources, and funding will be involved. But to reduce the management and decentralize the control that is on Edwards Air Force Base and allow it to be in control of the system administrators, that would be the most viable option. The final implementation I'd like to do with our team is develop a test network, standalone test network, that the system administrators in our squadron can use for practice and sharpening and developing those skills to make sure that they stay on top, as they say, stay on top of their game for detecting vulnerabilities, looking at certain behaviors of malicious content, and being able to identify this content a whole lot quicker than what they already do. In short, it's just like a pilot and a simulator. They practice on a test network, a test environment, so that when it comes to the real world, their instincts and their reactions are a lot quicker than if they don't have that test environment available. So those are the main recommendations that I'd like to implement for our Air Force network. Conclusively, this has been a very valuable project, and it has certainly skyrocketed our confidence in to maintain an acceptable amount of security and performance on the network. It has been one of the most rewarding things I've been in, and it certainly has given our technicians and our cyber workforce peace of mind that we know what we're doing, we are capable of thinking innovatively and coming up with strategies that will best align with the Air Force cybersecurity initiatives. So one of the resistance that is met as far as implementing these new actions and this change, the ammunition that we have behind that is this is in the best interest of us. We have a constant threat from malicious cyber actors, and the best way to reduce that threat, these evolving threats, is to develop evolving practices that we aren't used to, because we are going up against attacks that we are not used to. So with that, it's been a pleasure. It's been a wonderful capstone, and thank you for your time in viewing these videos. Appreciate it.